in Austin on the 40 acres. On campus grounds, we gather round. Discussing goals and dreams and life's adventures. The Texas Longhorns, they're the talk of the town. Podcast tales of the 40 acres, where we dive deep into the game day stories. From touchdowns to heartbreakers, we discuss it all. Texas Longhorns glory. There, we gather around each Thursday night, talking sports, it's so alright. From football to basketball, baseball to softball, Tim Wayne and Harry, we cover it all. Sports talk is our passion, our delight. Thursday night at 8:30, we unite. We discuss the scores, the plays, the teams you might. Let's dive into the game, let's ignite.
12 conference champions.
Yo, almost hit the wrong button there. What is up? Hey, we are back again. Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Tim Wayne. 9 more days until Texas football.
9 more days. 9 more.
9 more days. Tomorrow, officially, Jordan Shipley Day.
Hey, shout out to Jordan Shipley.
The coldest white boy receiver I've ever seen. At Texas.
Yeah, for sure. 1,000%.
There is another white boy receiver at Texas that turning some heads in camp this year. And we might see a good chunk of them. Parker Livingstone.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that guy. Jordan Shipley. I mean, Jackson Shipley was cold too. Both of them.
Jackson Shipley was great. Both great on special teams, by the way, as well.
Excellent. Very, very good. But anyway, we are back. We've got our last preseason show before we get down to business next week. The last ever preseason. Well, the last preseason show. Football officially starts this week. I think this is the biggest week 0 game I've ever watched.
Oh, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching all the week 0 preseason stuff.
Obviously, everybody's gonna watch Iowa State, Kansas State. I'm a big fan of Kansas State. I love Kansas State. I love Avery Johnson. I really think he's gonna take a step this year.
Yep.
Kansas State is a team I don't think anybody's talking about enough, which is really strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into it. Lots to talk about today. I know you're on a time crunch, so we're going to get right into it.
Yep.
FanBattleSports.com. Go look it up. Watch the stuff. The Colts coach is a moron. GM's a moron. Fire everybody. Colts, all the good stuff. Go watch the stuff. FanBattleSports.com. You can watch all of us Colts fans crying because we cannot stand our current regime. FanBattleSports.com. By the way, real quick, have you watched or started watching the Dallas Cowboys documentary?
I watched the first 5 or 10 minutes of it.
Jerry Jones has always been a narcissist.
Yeah.
He has not changed. That guy is something else.
Yeah.
And I guess I've just never noticed it, but this has brought a lot of light to it. Even in the 90s, when they were terrible, that dude was a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
His first season there.
Yeah. You got to think about it. I grew up with that.
Yeah.
The stuff that he would talk was just straight gibberish to me. I never quite understood it, and now I do it. So
wait, what was gibberish?
What everything that Jerry Jones says is pretty much.
Oh,
gibberish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see his interview with Michael Irvin?
I did see that.
I was just like, wait, what do you mean you want him to go talk to Micah? I don't get it.
It sounds. Listen. At this point, if you get, like I said last week, if you're gonna trade him, get something good for him. If not, pay him and shut up. That's where I'm at with it. And that's where I'm at with it. Do I think they have the potential to win some ball games this year? Yeah. Do I think they would have a better potential if they are able to get their top pass rusher paid? Yeah, absolutely. And they got the money to do it. There's no we don't have any money. You have the money. You have the money.
I keep getting stuck on this. I'm not talking to your agent. I'm talking to you thing.
Well, that's what Jerry does. He makes these deals with the players.
Yeah.
The players go tell their agents, and then their agents go in. Dude, the same thing happened with Dez Bryant. Same thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, same thing.
Happened
So
with CeeDee Lamb too. Just like what was that last year or 2 years ago?
CeeDee Lamb was last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah,
Sorry, it felt like forever ago.
it was last year.
That's crazy. But for you Cowboys fans, enjoy. You guys can worry about paying Micah. I'll worry about benching a top 5 draft pick and no development, and we'll have a good time together. But anyway, let's talk about the number one team in the land for
Yes,
the
sir.
first time ever in the preseason.
Yep.
No need to be sad. We are happy. We're number one for the first time in the preseason ever.
Yep.
Tim, we've been waiting. We've been waiting for this ever since we started this show.
Yeah.
When we started the show, we always talked about how nobody was ready for Texas to be this good.
Mm-mm. Now it's here, and now you got to deal with it.
The thing that we've been saying, I'm sure all Texas fans have been saying,
Right.
is y'all think we're cocky and annoying now when we were 5-7 and 8-5. Wait until Texas is really good again.
And we're not we're not the ones that are terrible. We're not the ones.
Yeah, and we're not the ones that are bad. Yeah.
No.
Just wait until, bro, the next step. Don't let us win a national title.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Don't let us win a national title with Arch either. This year, don't let it happen this year, because we've got minimum 10 over the next 10 years. We have 6 years of potential elite quarterback play. Minimum.
Yeah.
Between Arch
and a potential, and depending on how next year's class goes.
Yeah, I mean Arch, KJ Lacey, Diabell. That's minimum 5 to 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And then also they're already in the hunts for 2020, the number one quarterback in the 2027 class.
Yep.
Who's scheduled to visit some game, right? Some game this year. I don't think it's been announced yet, but some game he will be on campus.
Okay.
Forget his name, Jalen something. But number one quarterback in the 2027 class. So hey, I'm just saying, we're ready. This is what we've been waiting for. We deserve this. So
yeah.
Tim, I put this together on a whim the other day. I showed it to you, and I put it together earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share our preseason top 12. We're just going to go through it. We're just going to get right into it. We're going to go through it. We're going to dig into this. We're going to knock this out real quick. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you can see it.
Yep, I got it.
There we go. And I'm going to put this guy up here so we can see the big guy. Actually, probably did right. We're gonna do this. We're gonna try this. Hopefully, you guys at home can see it.
Yep.
If not, let me know how this is. Bring
it down.
Right. What's that?
Can you bring it down just a little bit?
Let me see.
There we go. There we
go. Oh yeah, that looks great. Okay. Obviously, we both got Texas number one, and this is where things kind of go haywire for the both of us, right? Tim, you got Penn State number 2 and Clemson number 3.
Right.
I've got Clemson 2 and Penn State number 3. What is your reasoning behind Penn State 2 and Clemson 3? Because I think it's very, very close.
Well, I was trying not to be a homer because, I am a closet Clemson fan.
Yeah.
I do feel like Drew Aller and Kate Klubnik have the potential to be our own world this year, especially with some of their with their early scheduling. Now I know Clemson has a pretty daunting schedule here at the top of the season, but it does get significantly easier after week 2 or 3. Listen, I am right now. I'm gonna give Cade the upper hand as far as talent wise, but what Penn State has done over the offseason with adding talent, I think it can't go overlooked. Right? They went and got receivers, they went and got speed, and it's really different from what they've done in the past, right? So the fact that they went and got some pretty decent receivers in the portal is what I currently have Penn State over Clemson. I struggle with Ohio State and Georgia.
I do too.
The only reason why I'm giving Ohio State the love that they have is because they are the defending national champions.
Yeah,
Um, I listen. I'm not going to sit up here and say that Ohio State ain't nothing to sniff at because they are. They won a national championship, but they are young at quarterback.
sure.
In that to me plays a big difference here. Even if you look at a young Arch, he still has more experience than Julian Sand, who was announced as the Ohio State quarterback this week
Yep.
over
Yep.
the weekend. So there's that. The only reason why I have Georgia in the top five again is to show respect. Any if originally I had Georgia 4, Ohio State 5. Notre Dame is at 6, simply because of the running game and the defense that they do have. They're not going to be easy on defense. Alabama, again, another daunting defense that will be pretty spectacular at the beginning, going down throughout this season. I don't necessarily know how I feel quarterback wise. Again, I just don't have much information on Alabama's quarterback. Do we know who's the starter? Did they name the starter?
Yeah, it's Ty Simpson. Ty
I'm,
Simpson, the guy who's been sitting there 3 years, right?
right.
Kind of the same thing as Arch, right? Been in the
Right.
system for a couple years, been under DeBoer for 2 years. Listen, I think Keelan Russell is going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm very excited for Keelan Russell. I think he's going to be elite. But
Mm-hmm.
Ty Simpson's, this is basically like, hey man, like this is your shot. He's the oldest quarterback on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there for a couple of years under Kalen DeBoer now.
Right.
Um, They've got Cade Caruth, but that
Right.
guy, I don't know anything about him. So yeah, I think it's just like his chance to
Right.
get a shot.
So then you have Dante Moore, who's going to be the quarterback here at Oregon, taking over, for Dylan Gabriel. I think he could have an opportunity to be really special as well. We all know what they have at wide receiver. Their wide receiver group is insane. LSU, Garrett Nussmeier. The only reason why LSU is this low is not because of LSU. That team is stacked.
Yeah,
However, when it comes to Brian Kelly, I don't know what it is with him and getting all of this abundance of talents and managing to mess it up somehow. And again, it's like it's on the players. It's on it is on the players as well. But for some reason, I just feel like I don't know how many quarterbacks have had as much talent as Brian Kelly and still not win.
yeah.
I truly
He's
don't.
never won, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's never won.
I truly don't know, and he still continues to get an embarrassment of riches from all over the country, and he
Yeah,
still has not been able to put it together. Now, I think if they don't make a real push at a national championship this year, I think Brian Kelly is going to be on a hot seat.
I
I,
think he might be gone.
I definitely feel like he's going to be on the hot seat. To go on Carson Beck at Miami. Listen, we've talked about Carson Beck at nauseum. Listen, when it comes to turning the ball over, that is one thing that Carson Beck is going to do. He's going to give you one or two, maybe even three mess ups. But when he's on, and
Yeah.
we've seen it. We've seen him be terrible at quarterback, and then he immediately switch it, with nothing, like within 20 minutes of a halftime. We've been able to see him go from a terrible quarterback to how is he playing at Georgia to like, oh, well, that's why he's playing at Georgia. So we've seen the ebbs and flows of Carson Beck in his career.
Okay.
South Carolina, I think their defensive line is still going to be extremely special. Lenore Sellers is the anomaly. I think he is the one quarterback that either is, to me, it could either go really good for him or bad. Nick
Yeah,
Harbor,
I can see that.
Nick
I can
Harbor,
see that.
arguably one of the biggest, fastest receivers you have. I really want to see how that works out. And then again, to wrap it out, DJ Lagway. I'm not turning my back on DJ Lagway. I think DJ Lagway is a special football player. And if you look at technically, if you look at both of ours, it's quarterback heavy. A lot of these teams have a special talent at quarterback.
Or
Literally,
potential special talent, right?
or potential,
Right.
We've seen flashes, right? We have not seen a lot of arts, but we've seen the flashes. We have not seen a lot of Dante Moore, but we know
That's
he is capable. We haven't seen a lot of DJ Lagway, but we know it's there. Just based off of the small sample size that we've gotten from him. So
yeah,
it's just built off of potential. This is just fun, guys. Don't take this seriously. But it is heavily quarterback driven. The reason why I have these guys at where I have them at. There's some other benefit. There are some other factors, like I explained earlier, but for
yeah,
majority of this is strictly quarterback heavy.
yeah. I think
With
if you look at my top 12,
yeah,
obviously, you're the biased Clemson fan, but I'm the one that's like, dude, I think Cade Klubnik's the real deal. I
he is.
love
He
Klubnik,
is.
right? I also think the combination of Cade Klubnik, that receiving core, and that defense as a whole, to me, it comes down to I trust Cade Klubnik more than I trust Drew Aller. I don't
Mhm.
care what weapons they got.
Right.
Not saying that those weapons weren't great and they needed fast receivers. They needed true wide receiver because Drew Aller's never had the wide receiver talent he's going to have this year.
No.
I get it.
No.
At the
Not at
same
all.
token,
Yeah.
I've seen Cade Klubnik live demolish this Texas defense and like by himself essentially. He dragged Clemson back into that game last year,
Mhm.
and he made some unreal throws.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, like that was his click it moment, and he's had that moment,
Yeah.
right? He found his click it moment, and I still don't think Drew Aller's found that moment yet.
Mm.
And that's why I have Clemson at number 2. Penn State 3. Ohio State, I mean, I don't know where else to put Ohio State. I don't think they're below 4 because they
Right.
do have arguably either 1 or 2 on the best defensive players in the country,
Yep.
and then probably the best offensive player in the country.
Yeah.
My problem with Ohio State, you lost a lot of NFL talent. I get it. So did Texas. You also
Mhm.
lost an offensive coordinator. You lost arguably the best defensive coordinator in the country
Mm-hmm.
to your rival, right? In the same conference,
Yeah.
right down the street, Penn State. They
Yeah.
took, Knowles, right? Jim Knowles right from you,
And
right?
you lost. And you lost.
And you,
To add injury to insult, you not only lost a defensive lineman to Texas, you also lost a position coach to Texas. Two.
yeah. Oh, the
Two.
defensive line coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only did you lose, yeah. I didn't even think about that. You
Yeah.
lost the defensive line coach, and that coach is killing it at Texas.
Yeah.
As an assistant defensive line coach,
Mm-hmm.
he head defensive line coach. This dude is the assistant defense. He came to Texas to be the assistant defensive line coach.
That's saying a lot.
Behind Baker. Yeah. So Ohio State, I think they're going to be good by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I also, I get the Arch Manning stuff, but also Arch Manning. Also, Julian Staley's never played a college game,
Mhm.
and his first game ever is going to be probably arguably against the best defense in the country.
Yeah.
Have fun. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
All this, the cool stuff that he was doing in the spring game, awesome. I think it's great. I think he's got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I think this first game is going to be a real test for him. And I think he's lucky that it's at home.
Listen, Steven made a great point. That was one of Nick Saban's last college quarterbacks that he was going for. Apparently Sark was going for him.
Oh, Sark loves him.
Super tough. He was going, and Sark even admitted over the last couple of days he was doing some interviews, and he was very open about how he heavily recruited, saying actually he was at a couple of UT camps.
Well, Julian Sayin was the last quarterback he recruited before he left Alabama.
Oh, okay. So maybe that
he was going to bring. Yeah, he was going to be after. He was supposed to be after Jalen Hurts.
Right.
something.
Okay.
That's when when Sark left, Julian Sand decommitted from
Right.
Alabama to Ohio State.
Mhm.
That's when that happened.
Right. Yeah.
Now, of course, that was like 2 years removed, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a couple years ago. But listen, I think Julian Sands can be really good, but we'll see, right? Georgia, they're getting the Kirby Smart respect for me. I don't know what Gunner Stockton's going to be. I really don't know what that team's going to be in general. But Kirby Smart, there's just something about that guy that I don't know what it is, but he loves. We
He,
talked about this last week, man.
he's
He
got
gets
that
his team
insane,
motivated in a different
dude.
way, man.
It's insane
It's
what he
it's
does.
just
I
it's
don't
just
I
different.
don't get it. Like
Yeah, it's just different. Alabama, Ty Simpson. We'll see what happens with them. That again, another defense that arguably could be either the first or the second best defense in the country. Some believe it's the best defense in the country. Maybe I'm biased. I think Texas has the best defense in the country, but I think it's very, very close. Notre Dame, you know, obviously you get Jeremiah Love. You get a great offensive line. They're probably going to play very similar to what they did when they had Riley Leonard at quarterback. They're not going to ask the quarterback to do a lot. Run game defense, old school football, and it's worked for those guys up there. So we'll see what happens. I struggled, Tim. I almost put LSU top 5.
oh
I almost put LSU top 5. I just don't trust Brian Kelly. I love LSU's offense. They have the opportunity to be one of the best offenses in the country.
yeah.
I love this offense with Garrett Nussmeier, with those receivers, with
Yep.
the running backs that they have coming back. I love this offense. I'm not saying it's 2019 LSU, but that's going to be an incredible offense. So I have them number 8. If they had a better defense and I trusted Brian Kelly more, LSU is probably a top 5 team.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I agree with you.
South Carolina. I love South Carolina. I think Lenore Sellers is going to take a step. And I think he's got the offensive weapons to do so. And I think they have a very talented defense. Dylan Stewart, right there with Colin Simmons, with the best one of the best, edge players in the country. Might be number 1 just because he's got the experience over Colin Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, I don't know what Oregon's going to be. Oregon could be really, really good, or they could fall off of a cliff. I don't know about Dante Moore. I know that he was at UCLA, and that's not a very good program for him.
Mm-hmm.
He struggled a lot at UCLA. He really did. And they had some decent talent there, right? And it wasn't great, but they had okay talent, and they were playing in the Pac-12 when he was the freshman there. I don't think they set him up for success, and I get that. But Oregon's lost a lot of receivers to health. They lost receivers to off-field issues. I didn't want to say anything else. DeCorian Moore, man, that guy is going to be asked to grow really quickly.
Yep.
And I think he's going to be able to. I think we all obviously we wanted DeCorian Moore for a reason. That guy is a special talent.
Yep.
So I'm very, very excited to see what he can do there. Miami will go as Carson Beck goes.
Yep.
And Florida, I think Florida has potential to be a top 5 team by the end of the year. I love DJ Lagway. He just has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
So
I really hope he's not one of those guys that's like, what if he would have stayed healthy, like an RG3 or something like that, even though I think RG3 is
that'll be interesting. We talked about this when we talked about Texas, Florida, and we talked about it last week with Steve from Fanatic Perspective. It's really going to come down to can DJ Lagway stay healthy?
Yeah.
And if he can, and he continues to grow at the skill level that we think he will, man, that guy has got an opportunity to be
It's going to be great. It's going to be fun to watch.
Really good. Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be really, really good. But if he can't stay healthy, then, I don't know what they're going to do if he can't stay healthy. It's going to be another long season for Billy Napier. He might not even be there after this year. I think, DJ Lagway being as good as he was last year is what brought Napier.
I think it saved him. I think that was his saving grace, was to put DJ Lagway in when he did.
It was a Hail Mary, and it worked.
If he didn't, that would have been bad news.
Would have been done.
Somebody else would have inherited DJ Lagway.
That would have been crazy. Or maybe he would have transferred. We don't know.
Would have transferred.
He would have transferred.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts on this before we hit it out here?
No, man. I think I made myself pretty clear. Like I said, a lot of these teams, to me, was super based on a lot of quarterback play. Now, again, there were some caveats there. I just don't trust Brian Kelly. even though he's got a stacked team. I think if this could have been any other high profile coach, I think they would have been ranked higher, not only by us, but just by the media in general. I think there's a lot of that goes into that. And it's not just numbers. So it a lot of these guys, if it wasn't for their quarterbacks, they probably wouldn't even be in this situation, to be completely honest with you. So that's all. That's all I was mentioning is that a lot of this is all. It's all to me. For me, it was quarterback based.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And again, it's very SEC Big Ten heavy.
Yeah,
I don't think either of us had one Big 12 team on there. I
I
think the Big 12 it's a wide open conference. We'll talk about the Big 12 here, but Arizona State is probably the closest.
yes.
And to me, they're maybe 14.
I had Arizona State like 13, 14.
I was gonna say they're like 14, 15.
Yeah,
Because I love Sam Levitt. I think Sam Levitt's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Obviously, right? Jordan Tyson coming back healthy. Listen, we talked about it last week. If Jordan Tyson played in that game against Texas, that the result of that game could have been different.
it could have been devastating
because that dude is really freaking good.
Yeah, yes.
And he's going to come back with a vengeance because he feels like he missed that game and that
Mhm.
hurts. Like, players, it stings, those types of games. So we'll see what happens in the Big 12. Speaking of the Big 12, the Big Pooh, Big Stinker. Let's talk about conference champions real quick. Don't know if let's knock it out. I only care about the top four. Do you have a prediction? Actually, you know what? Let's start with the Big 12. Do you the Brett Yormark? Do you have a prediction for the big Brett Yormarks?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm still gonna roll with Arizona State. To me, right now, they're the most talented outside of maybe BYU. I think if BYU can generate if they can generate some type of defense, they will be perfectly fine. Now we know what they did to Colorado. I think Colorado is an inferior team at that. Even though they had two studs on or three really with Horn going crazy.
Yeah.
I think Horn was really a focal point of that team as well. But they're all three of them are gone, and so I think BYU has the potential to take that secondary spot, in the Big 12. Utah, I'm a Utah guy as well. Utah I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback. I don't know what they're gonna they lost Cam. They've
They have
always
an excellent defense.
they've got excellent defense, but I just don't feel confident in their offense. So I don't know what to expect from Utah. And
Even
then
their starter.
I don't remember them naming a starter. I've literally I've had my alerts turned on just to find out who starters are. And there's still not. I'm gonna assume within the next week we'll get more. Yeah. Okay. So, don't let me slip up and not forget about Iowa State. Actually, you know what? It'll be Iowa State versus Arizona State, and I'm still taking Arizona State. I'm gonna still take Arizona State. So that's the Big 12. The Big 10, Oregon. It's something about Oregon.
You doing that to yourself again?
What?
You're buying into the Oregon hype, the Dan Lanning hype?
It's not that I'm buying into it. I feel like Oregon has an opportunity to. Again, this is all. I feel like Oregon has an opportunity to take advantage of a young quarterback at Ohio State.
Okay.
I think Ohio State and I think Penn State will get into the playoff for sure. But when it comes to taking Dan Lanning has the opportunity to strike while the iron's hot.
Sure.
James Franklin does not win the big games. He just has. Dan Lanning has an opportunity to thump Ohio State. If they can beat Ohio State in a conference championship, in a conference championship game, cool. And so that's what I'm banking on. The two losses that I have Ohio State having is to it is to Texas and Oregon. So there's that. So Big 12, you got Arizona.
We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna give you my Big 12 pick real quick.
Okay.
I go back and forth here. So
Okay.
in the Big 12, I think Kansas State's gonna win the Big 12.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't know what it is about. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't understand. And maybe I'm just like a homer myself, but nobody's talking about Kansas State. And I think they're going to start by shocking the world on Saturday. I think Kansas State's going to beat Iowa State on Saturday. They're going to go make a statement. I really like this Kansas State team. I think Avery Johnson, his second year as a starter, is going to do wonders for him. I get that nobody's talking about Dylan Edwards at running back, his second year there. They've got a couple wide receivers. Again, it's a young wide receiving core, but they got Jerron Bradley, who's coming back, DeSoto guy. They've got, they've always got a speedster, right? A small speedster. They've got a lot of guys from Texas, a lot of Texas talent. Again, big offensive linemen. I really like Kansas State. They're going to have a sound defense. So I like Kansas State in the Big 12.
Okay.
In the Big 10, I'm taking Penn State. I think we talked about this last week about Sark. At some point, something's got to give for James Franklin.
Yeah.
Something's got to give. And for me, if he can't get it done with this team, with the moves that he's made, he's not going to get it done. And so I'm banking on the fact that, listen, Ryan, what is that saying that people say? People like, it's something about like a squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Yeah,
or something
squirrel.
Like
Every squirrel, every dog has a day, and every squirrel eventually gets a nut.
That's what happened to Ryan Day last year.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. He loses to Michigan again for the third straight year. He gets into the playoff. His team just catches fire because they get an extra week to rest. They don't have to worry about the conference championship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they just catch fire. Like, they just catch fire. And look, I don't know if Penn State wins the national championship.
Right.
But this is their year to win. This is their year to go out and prove that they are the dogs of the Big Ten. Like, this is a perfect year to do it. You don't know what Ohio State's doing. You don't know Michigan, what's going to happen with them. They got Bryce Underwood, freshman quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Who else is in that conference that's going to go up against them?
I have no idea.
Nobody. They got nobody in that conference that's going to be able to stack up to the talent that they have. Indiana, really? Like, no. Indiana's going to be. They're bringing in a new quarterback, new defense.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else in that conference is terrible. I don't understand the Illini hype at 12. Just really because they're bringing back a quarterback. Like, they could be this year's Indiana and just go be. Their schedule's easy, and I think that's what gives them their.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what
they have the Indiana schedule from last year. They don't play anybody, right?
Right.
They probably get boat raced by like Penn State or somebody, and then they'll probably get in because that's the only game they lose, right? Yep. So they'll probably end up maybe being the Indiana this year. So they play Ohio State. That's the only like good team they play.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, they play Western Illinois, Western Michigan, the correctional schools, Duke. They play Indiana, so we'll see what happens there. Right. USC, which we don't know who that's going to be. Washington's terrible. Rutgers are terrible. Maryland's terrible. Wisconsin, we don't know. Northwestern's terrible. So they've got that type of schedule, and they return Altmaier, right? Who I think is his third year there. So I mean, they've got some veteranship there. So I have Penn State winning the Big Ten. You've got Oregon. I don't trust Dante Moore, but you've got Oregon winning the Big Ten, and you've got Iowa State winning the Big 12, correct?
No,
you've got Arizona State winning.
Arizona State. Yep.
I got Kansas.
Yep.
Gotcha. Let's move on to. We'll save the best conference from last. Let's move on to the ACC.
Okay. Clemson. That's big Clemson, dog. Hey, listen. It's a hands down.
Because I have Clemson winning the ACC too, but who do they play?
The only other team that I could see, SMU. That
maybe.
Are they on the same side?
I would. No, they don't have divisions anymore. I was thinking they play Georgia Tech.
Oh,
I think Georgia.
you're in the king train, huh?
Huh?
You're in the king train.
Bro, did you see the King in 7 overtimes do that by himself?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's been balling.
That game next Friday night, a week from tomorrow, Colorado versus Georgia Tech is going to be an insane game, and I think Georgia Tech is going to go into Colorado and win by like 3 touchdowns.
I think they're both.
They're going to go, and then they'll play Gardner Minshew University, whatever this is called. September 13th, Tim Wayne.
Yeah.
Clemson. That's going to be my barometer to see how good this team is, because after Clemson, dude, they got the easiest schedule in the conference.
Yeah.
Temple, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, Duke, Syracuse, NC State, Boston College, Pitt, and of course the in-state robbery. Dude, I think they play Georgia Tech.
I'm not mad at that. The only reason why I'm saying, listen, I don't put SMU has a young quarterback and they can do some damage. They just
SMU, right?
Protect him, dog. Like he was very raw, and it showed up last year, and it was ugly. But yeah. I'm really hoping that what they're doing at SMU, they continue to build off of it. Listen, that kid came out of Dallas,
Oak Cliff,
and he was a monster.
Right at home.
He was a straight monster, and he was gonna leave. He was gonna leave, and he ended up staying staying at home and going to SMU. I think they have an opportunity to kind of shock the world. I think that I didn't really shock the world because we've been talking about them coming. So just I don't know. I think to me, Hayes King though, man, that dude is a monster.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I might pencil that in for a question mark. Clemson versus I don't know, because you're right. Georgia Tech, Hayes King is a monster.
Yeah,
you can't.
I've got Clemson versus Georgia Tech. I just think Clemson's just too talented.
Right.
Just too much talent there.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna fool me with that Miami crap again.
Right.
I'm not fooled with that nonsense.
Yeah. Listen. Miami, I think Miami will sneak into the playoff. I think they will be one of those guys that sneak into the playoff. And then, but right now, if you ask me, I still got to put SMU over Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And of course, what you got? SEC.
You're gonna be shocked. I got Texas versus Alabama.
Yeah, you're gonna be shocked too. I have Texas versus LSU.
Ooh, okay. So let me say this I'm not downing Georgia. Again, Georgia will make the playoff. I believe they will make the playoff.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a heavy Big Ten, a heavy SEC schedule. Playoff. I want you to just listen to Alabama's schedule. And I thought about this for a while. It was a month. So Alabama plays Florida State, UNL Monroe, Wisconsin, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, and Auburn. That's it.
Can Missouri be sneaky good?
You tell me. What do you think?
I don't know.
I have no. And
I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just trying to poke holes in this, right?
I mean, Missouri could
conversation.
So could Auburn. But I just don't have enough information on him. So I'm not going to say that Missouri is going to be sneaky good. I don't have enough information on their roster, the moves that they've made. I don't have enough information. So I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what they have coming down the pike, because I don't.
Because their schedule looks kind of dookie. They play Central Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana. They'll play South Carolina, but they play them at home. Right? UMass. They play Alabama, but they play them at home. They play A&M, but they play them at home, and then they get to go to the John Mateers, who's overrated anyway. But
Right.
that's late season.
That is late in the season. And so I went. It took me a while to go over that, and I was just like, man, Alabama's a really talented team defensively. We know that they're
So
talented.
good.
They're
Well,
really
they got Ryan Williams offensively, right?
right.
So it's hard to fight that. I think Alabama's really good.
I think
don't know about Ty Simpson, man.
I
just don't.
think this is what I think. I think Alabama is built to beat Georgia. I don't know if they're built to beat Texas. I don't believe that they're built to beat Texas right now.
I don't think they have the speed to beat Texas.
I don't think so either. I think they have the defense to slow down Georgia in what they do. Georgia likes to run the rock. Georgia, they can throw the ball. They haven't been throwing the ball. That's not what they're known for. Texas likes to spread the ball out. We know what they like to do. And then they can run the ball. They have. We know that Sark likes to throw the rock. So
Yeah.
I think personally that we're looking at a situation where Alabama gets the best of Georgia, or Alabama and they have an opportunity to do that here within the next month or so. No, not month, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I don't think that Georgia is going to be
Are you
as.
talking about Alabama, Georgia? Yeah. Like basically a month from now.
I don't think Alabama is going to be. I don't think Georgia is going to be as potent on offense as they have been in the past. I think it's going to. They're going to. I don't want to say that they're rebuilding because I still think that they're going to get in a playoff. And if you're still making a playoff, you're not rebuilding. But I think they just need a couple more pieces, and they will be right back to where they were when they had Beck. Now, if they had Beck, I might have Texas versus Georgia.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like they did go pick up Zachariah Branch.
Yeah,
I think it's a great move, right?
that's a great move.
But beyond that, what do they have? London Humphreys. Okay. They've got like 15 wide receivers. No, I mean they get Noah Thomas from. I mean they did stock up. They go get Noah Thomas from A&M. Noah Thomas is really good. Texas wanted him. Like that was a transfer battle between Texas and Georgia won that battle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean you still got Delp there, Oscar Delp, and his brother now, Henry Delp apparently.
Yep.
So they're solid at tight end. I don't know like what this team is offensively. We'll see. I don't know what their 90-year-old quarterback's going to do.
Dude, you got to lay off. He just looks old. He's young, but he just looks old. He's just
that dude looks like he's 40. He looks older than me.
You've been giving him the blues ever since the SEC media days.
Bro, because I can't get that image out of my head. Regardless of who they face, do you have Texas winning the SEC this year?
Yes, I do.
I think, and honestly, like by the end of the year, I think Arch Manning is the difference.
I think Arch. I think Arch has. I think he plays very well this year. But originally, I think the defense. I think the defense alone is just too much on defense right now. Like they're stacked.
This might end up being one of the best defenses that's ever touched it.
And I think me and Steve talked about this ad nauseum last week. To be able to go into to look at your depth chart, right? And you can look at your depth chart, or you can look at an all 22 tape and see an All-American at defensive end or on your defensive line, at linebacker, in your secondary. That is major to have all of them.
Yeah. And you might add another All-American or two to the corners this year, right? Like the All-American is at safety.
Right.
You could Manny Muhammad could be an All-American this year.
Yeah.
Jalen Gilbo could be an All-American this year. Like you could potentially add like a second team All-American at line.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Leona LaFau, like we know Leona LaFau was gonna take a step this year. Brad Spence, the linebacker from Arkansas, who was all over the place for Texas against Texas last year. Like nobody's talking. Like obviously Anthony Hill is one of the best linebackers, if not the best linebacker in the country.
Yep.
Nobody's talking about Brad Spence or Leona LaFau. Like this linebacking core is really freaking good.
And LaFau is fast. He is a thumper.
So fast.
He will thump you. He is
that dude developed like.
I feel like he is a tweener. You know, like that safety linebacker. He's got the body. He can. You're gonna see him dropping coverage. You're gonna see him dropping coverage. And what do you do against that? I again, the embarrassment of riches on each one at each group. You have a leader at each group, and that to me is very, very telling. If you look at what happened with Ohio State, they had leaders at each group, like they were stacked, and it showed. You know, like you said, you know, every squirrel gets a nut, every dog has a day. Well, they had a day, and they had a major day. They got again. Williams blows coverage or blows the assignment. It's a clear shot to Quinn, who's obviously about to put the ball into the end zone. You go and look back at the play. Multiple wide receivers were open. Jaden Blue was.
Oh, that was a touchdown right there.
Yeah.
If Cam Williams doesn't miss the block, dude, that's a tie game.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe Sark goes for 2 to win it.
I think
Sark would have gone for 2 to win the game.
Would that have been a tie game? Because I think if Texas
they were down by 7.
Oh, okay.
So you would have gotten the 6. I think Sark says, "Screw it, I want to go to the national." Remember, he said it himself. He's obsessed with winning a national title. Yeah. I think he says, "You know what? This is my quarterback. This is his moment." I think he goes for 2.
Yeah, and so like again, let's also think about that too, right? So I think if you think about the last 2 college football playoffs, right? Cam Williams blows up, you know, Quinn gets hurt. I mean, Quinn gets blasted, drops the football, seals the game. Texas loses.
Yep.
The offense had the opportunity to tie the game.
In the red zone.
It was basically in their hands. They could have tied it, went for 2, went to the national championship. So that's 1 year. That's last year. The year before that, there was a pass interference call or a pass interference that was not called in the back of the end zone
on that last play.
On the last play,
it was very close, man. It was so weird, and I think it's like the emotions of it all. They already got a free play, and here's the thing. I don't think they call it because of the situation, because what you've done. Now, at the end of the day, I don't care because the rules are the rules, right? You know what would have happened if Texas got a 3rd shot at that, and they get the touchdown and they go to the national title game? They're favoring Texas, blah, 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 blah.
Texas would have got more and more heat for that. However, if you go back and look at the replay on the backside of the play, which the defensive back did great, right? You did your job. Right. But
I felt like
he clearly grabs around the collar of I don't know who that was. That was
that was A.D. Mitchell.
It was A.D. Mitchell in the back of the end zone, and that's any other time that's a textbook catch for.
At the end of the day, Quinn also throws a terrible ball.
He threw it outside. He throws
it outside, but if you go look at what the route is, right? He throws it outside. I get it. Go look at where A.D. Mitchell was positioned. There was nobody in front of A.D. Mitchell. There was no need for Quinn to throw it so high. He tries to high point the ball.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Right? There was nobody in front of A.D. Mitchell.
There was nobody within 5 yards of him in front of him. He could have just right.
He puts it up. If he puts it in a good spot, AD catches that. That's a touchdown. Texas
Easy touchdown.
I think those alone is not only fueling those the players that were there, but it's also something that Sark is probably thinking about. And you know what's one thing that's been interesting? The media has not brought that up at all.
Good.
They don't have to, but usually that is a talking point, i.e. Peyton Manning not winning the big thing. Is Aaron Rodgers ever going to, before Aaron Rodgers won, Is Aaron Rodgers going to be able to do what Brett Favre did? There's a number of guys. You can go to basketball. The Pacers, the Jazz. Are they ever going to win? Is Charles Barkley ever going to win? Like
Yeah.
like you think about those sports moments. Baseball, the Chicago Cubs. Are they ever going to win? The lovable losers. That I think it's if they don't win is going to get to that point. Sark can't win the big one.
I think the pressure was
James Franklin is getting it, and what's crazy about that is James Franklin is getting it, but even though he's at Penn State really ain't in the media like that. Penn State is just
Penn State is still blue blood.
It is a blue blood, but James Franklin is not getting that type of attention yet.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
I think if there's a situation where Sark loses again the way he did the last 2 years, that becomes a talking point. That's all I'm saying.
And I think it'll actually be elevated if it happens again.
Yeah.
And now you got a Manning there, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that it's not the fact that it's Sark.
Yeah.
It's Arch.
It's Sark, the man. It's Sark. It's
that combination.
It's the the money that you spent on your roster. It's a number of things that go into that. Yeah. So yeah.
All the development you've put in, and you've talked about culture and development. We get it, right?
It was out the window.
Yep. Well, I don't know if it goes out the window. The pressure builds.
Right. The pressure builds. For
pressure
sure.
builds. All right, Tim. Real quick. I don't know if we're gonna get through all 12 of these tonight.
I say we hold off for it. I say we hold off for it.
Next week. We got Ohio State next week, Tim.
I know. I think we should run through that. Talk about Ohio State because I do want to get off.
You do have one thing. Okay, fair enough. All right. Real quick before you get off that one thing, though, right? Yeah. I know you have a hot take. Do you have a Heisman prediction winner? Because I do.
I'm gonna go the safe route. I'm gonna say Jeremiah right now. Who do you got?
So I'm going to Vegas on September 19th.
Okay.
To see Chris Brown. I'm taking my wife there for our anniversary.
Right.
She doesn't want to see me on our anniversary. She wants to go see Chris Brown. So that's okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But in the midst of all that, I'm going to go gamble some money.
Who you gambling on? Are you putting your money on Arch Manning?
Listen, bro. Give me Arch Manning to win the Heisman.
Whoa. Okay, that's a hot take. That is a hot take.
Give me Arch Manning to win the Heisman. Here's the thing. If Sark's philosophy on development works, right?
Right.
Arch Manning is going to just continue to get better week after week.
Right.
This offense will continue to get better week after week. And if he can stay healthy, that's the thing. There's veterans all over this team that's going to continue. And Arch Manning's like his attitude, his swag, the way he talks to the media, he's what Texas wants in a quarter. Texas fans want it in a quarterback. Sark wants this in a quarterback. Like he is a Texas quarterback.
Right.
He is like Vince Young-esque in Texas quarterbacks, right? Not like on the field, but off the field. Like the way Vince talked to the media, the way like the swagger, the excitement that he brought. He's a Manning, dude. That dude is a Manning. Like the way he cracks jokes in press conferences. Like,
yep.
That dude's a Manning.
Yeah. He's actually very funny.
He's hilarious. He's probably funnier than Peyton. And I've watched Peyton for a very long time, and Peyton is really funny.
He's got the the Mannings have a
aura.
No, it's not even an aura, but they have like this dryness that's very funny.
It's dry humor.
It's a dry humor. It's very funny.
Obviously, I love it because I'm a dry humor guy.
Right.
So, Keith.
Keith, what's happening?
Guy.
What's happening, Keith?
It's not a hot take. Keith Keith, the LSU guy, the Nussmeier man himself, says Arch Manning's winning the Heisman. Thank you, Keith. Thank you for confirming what I already knew. So, putting 100 down on Arch Manning September 19th when I go to Vegas. I'm also real quick putting down. Huh?
Is he the front runner?
Yeah, plus 700. $100 wins 7 G's.
Whoa. Okay.
So, hey, I'll take 7. I mean, I need to go back. I'll go back to Vegas and get it real quick. I'm also doing a championship bet.
Okay.
And you know what a championship bet is? I saw somebody do this last year, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to guess every champion this year.
Every conference champion?
No. Every championship champion.
Every major sports champion?
So NHL, World Series, NBA, college football. I'm throwing in the Champions League in there too. I already have the bet slip. I took a picture of it. I know who I want in every championship.
Wow.
And I gotta try to make some bread off of this, right? So I got some sneakers in there. I'll tell you right now, I have Texas winning the national title this year. You guys convinced me of that. That's your fault. Yours and Nash's fault.
Me and Nash?
Yeah.
What did we have to do with that?
Y'all said that this is the year Texas. If there was a year that Texas is going to win it was going to be this year because of this defense and the growth of Arch.
Fair. That's fair. So I like your hot take. I have my hot take.
Go for it.
Ryan Wingo wins the Fred Biletnikoff. Ryan Wingo gets 100 catches, 20 touchdowns.
100. Okay.
100 catches, 20 touchdowns.
20?
20 touchdowns.
Like 2-0?
2-0.
My God. Okay.
And 1,300 yards receiving.
Jesus Christ.
15 all-purpose. 15 all-purpose. 15 all-purpose. 1,300 receiving.
So I could see the 12, 1,300. So here's the thing. I think Arch Manning is going to have 4,000 yards passing, right? So I could see the 1,300 yards. I also think Arch Manning's going to have 35 touchdown passes or 30 touchdown passes. Throws. That's throws. I'm not even counting rushing touchdowns. I don't know. Total, he might have close to 40, right? Mm-hmm. But that would mean that over 60% of his touchdown passes is going to be Ryan Wingo. I don't know about that.
I think we're going to see quite a few blowouts. Again, I see 2 or 3 touchdowns against Sam Houston, 2 or 3 touchdowns against San Jose State, 2 or 3 touchdowns against what is that, UTEP or UTSA?
Is it UTEP? ULM? Yeah.
ULM. Like this is not far-fetched when you think about those teams. I could also see 1 or 2 touchdowns against Mississippi State, Vanderbilt,
Kentucky. Yeah, I mean, I can see it.
On top of, I think he's going to be the number 1 guy. So,
yeah.
With that being said, you put up those numbers, especially if they put those numbers up early. I truly believe that Sark is going to do whatever he can to put his foot on the throats of a UTEP, a Sam Houston State, or a Sam Houston, a Mississippi State, a Vanderbilt, an Arkansas. I think that he's going to do all that he can to put those guys out of their misery earlier. Make sure that he keeps his guys healthy for these bigger games. And the only way to do that is to have a high-powered offense. And the only way I told you, they're going to put the ball in the air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, so, with that deep ball, yes, they are.
20 touchdowns is not far-fetched out of 13 games. It's not.
It's not, but I also think you're underestimating the production DeAndre Moore is going to bring to this team. I think DeAndre Moore is going to get 100 catches.
I think DeAndre Moore will get his, but yeah. I think Ryan will get his early. Ryan is going to be the guy. I think it's going to be a lot of deep balls coming. We're going to see a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're going to go for all the deep balls we missed over the last 3 years. We're going to make up for it in probably the first 6 weeks.
I think we're going to see a lot of that. And so with that being said, with seeing all of those, with seeing the them putting up these big scores, I think Ryan Ringo gets taken care of early.
Sure.
Well, I'm not taking anything from Lockett. I'm not taking anything from Moore. I'm not taking anything from those guys. I
Yeah.
just feel like those guys will get theirs after Wingo.
There is a clear like chemistry between Wingo and Arch because we're hearing a lot of it.
Right.
So I guess that like there's a comfortability there. Obviously, those two guys have been working together for a couple of years now.
Right.
Being for second team guys together last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I like it makes sense. I again, I'm not as worried about the wide receivers as a lot of people are, like at all.
That's the least.
The offensive line, like on the offensive line is probably the most worry, and really on that, even there, I'm only worried about two positions.
Mm-hmm.
That's like left guard and right guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
The interior.
Yeah.
Right?
The interior line.
And even those guys, like those guys are getting replaced by guys that have played. So
right. The experience.
is there. So
yeah.
All right, Tim. I know we're over. You've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here real quick. We'll talk about more about this next week. SEC did like a few hours ago officially announced that starting in 2026, 9-game schedule, which means we will get in. So we're not going to go deep into this today, but I do have a question for you. One quick question.
Yeah.
Which means we'll get one extra game a year. So if you look at 2029, pick one game extra next year that you want to go see. One team that you want to see Texas play next year, potentially Arch Manning's senior year.
Oh, I think everybody knows who it is. It's Alabama. That needs to happen. That needs Texas, or LSU. One of those. You can't run from that. No more Tennessee Chattanoogas. No more San Jose's. Get to it.
That last game of the year is going to get replaced now. Like that cupcake at the end of the year, like the Mercers that teams play, like that's gone now.
Yeah. While everybody else is sweating bullets, trying to make sure that they keep guys healthy and trying to make sure that they, aren't running into a situation where we could potentially have this guy out for this next game. What are we gonna do?
Yep.
We can't. I'm tired of Alabama having that, and they've always had it in Tennessee, Chattanooga, Citadel, or Mercer. That needs to be done.
This year it's Eastern Illinois for Alabama.
Oh God, even worse.
I didn't even know they had a team.
I didn't even know
they had a team.
It's always in November.
Yeah,
it's always
Georgia has Charlotte after Texas. LSU has Western Kentucky.
And Texas is Texas is not. Texas can get the same as well. Again, there's no reason why you're playing San Jose State and Sam Houston in the same season. Ain't no reason. I get it. You're playing Ohio State.
No. I think early in the season it's fine. You shouldn't be doing this in November.
Oh, absolutely not. No,
I don't care. Like in the first, but Texas, yes, they get those three teams. I get it, but they're playing Ohio State next week.
Yeah.
So I don't care if they play Sam Houston State and whatever the next three games after that. They're starting with Ohio State.
Right.
They went to Michigan last year. They're going to Ohio State.
They
went
played
to
Miami.
They've played Miami. They had LSU at home. Like even when Texas was bad, they were scheduling these games.
Yeah.
So I don't care about them getting freaking San Jose State in week 2 and UTEP. Like I don't care about that because they came to play at the table. Game 1, we're going to Columbus.
Do you remember the early Big 12 years where it was Red October, where you had Nebraska, Tech,
brutal,
Oklahoma, and
brutal.
That other person. Oh, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State
was always at the end. But it was always those three red teams. We knew what was going to. We knew.
We talked about it. It was literally called Red October 2018. I'm looking at 2018. Kansas State, Oklahoma, Baylor, Baylor like kind of squished in there, right?
Yep.
Oklahoma State, Tech, Iowa State, right?
Yeah.
Let's go look at. We can go look at 2009. They ended the season at Missouri, at Oklahoma State, They played UCF in 2009. I don't remember that game.
Yeah, I
That was
remember.
probably
Yeah.
at Baylor. Baylor was terrible. Kansas was terrible. They ended the season at A&M versus Nebraska.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. I vividly remember. Those schedules. The year we won the national title, Red
Crazy.
October at Oklahoma, at Nebraska, at Tech. That was October that year.
At Oklahoma State. And remember that Oklahoma State, Texas was down 35-0.
That was a disgusting
Or
game.
35-7. One of those. It was a crazy discrepancy in
It was 36-10, but it wasn't a clean 36-10 if I remember correctly.
No, Texas played terrible in the first half.
It was horrible, right? Remember they had to come out after halftime and then they blew. Like, it was a nasty game. That first half was disgusting.
Yeah, the first half they did not look good.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that this is happening. We'll go more into details because we really just found this out a couple hours ago. So I'm gonna assume within the next week we will have more information. We'll be able to go more in depth on it.
They've laid it all out, but we'll talk more about it next week. I think next year, the one game I have to see, maybe two games I have to see, either at or against Tennessee or at or against Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the Manning arch.
Yep. Yeah.
not no pun intended, just for the Manning arc,
Right.
I've got to see one or both of those games. And yes, I want to go to LSU next year.
Yeah.
I want that return game. I want that
revenge. It's got to be a night game. It's got to be a night game.
And I was hoping we could have gotten that this year, because this year Nussmeier versus Arch, if we get that in the SEC title game, that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping. So,
all
right, Tim, let's get out of here. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Tim Wayne on Twitter. Shout out to everybody on TikTok there. As always, we got. Do we have any games tomorrow? Do we have any football games tomorrow?
We've got NFL preseason, but Saturday morning.
The final preseason. Well, anyway, for those you guys that are NFL is gone and NFL is king, which I do believe in as well. NFL is definitely king. Watch your Longhorns, your favorite Longhorns, as they wrap up the preseason. We'll see more of the first teams coming up here. Seen some crazy injuries. Let's hope that there's no more injuries for any teams going forward, especially any of the Longhorns. But yeah, that, and then listen, week 0's here. I'm gonna be glued to the TV again, watching NFL preseason and watching these college football games that are going to be happening during week 0, and we get a little bit of we get a little bit of late night football with Hawaii, and so I'm looking forward to that. I don't care. I'm just excited that football is back, and then the big dogs bark next week. That's it.
You know, that Kansas Fresno State game is very interesting on Saturday, 5:30.
Yeah.
And then Stanford, Hawaii. The Frank Reich era 2.0 begins. Whatever that means. They're gonna start, whatever, chopping wood. I don't remember what Frank Reich used to say. The potato head era begins.
Yep.
Speaking of potato heads, just real quick, do you know what the new logo is, or the new motto is for the Colts?
No.
Do you want to know what it is? Huh?
Tank for Arch?
No. One more play. That's the motto.
I don't understand that.
That's the new chopping wood motto. So every head coach that the Colts have had over the last 10 years, like, they've had this motto to, like, make us pretend, like, to gaslight the fan base, right?
Right.
Chuck Pagano used chopping wood. I hated that. I wanted to throw up every time he said it. Frank Reich used to say, what did he used to say? He used to say, we're building, right? Or something stupid like that. Shane Steichen likes to say one more play. Anthony Richardson, I don't know if you know this, he was one more play from being the starter. But then he was also one more play. He's also one more play from playing in case Daniel Jones gets hurt. That's why they don't want to play him.
Doesn't he have a dislocated pinky?
No, he doesn't. He's healthy. But Shane Steichen says that Daniel Jones has been more consistent in training camp.
Ooh, that's not good.
which I call BS. Shane
Oh,
Steichen
you
also
think
said
Shane Steichen is just not an Anthony Richardson guy?
yes, and I think Shane Steichen needs to go. I don't know what he learned in Philadelphia about talking to the media. That dude needs to go back to media school
Ooh.
because the things that dude says, like I literally want to throw something at. Like today he was asked why he what role he played in Anthony Richardson not being successful, and he was like, "Well, I just think it's about coming to practice, and I think it's just about one more play.
Oh,
If I
he
hear one more play one more time, I swear to God."
accountability for his actions, sir.
Thank. What did you say?
He's not taking accountability for his actions.
And that's what's problem. That's the problem with the Chris Ballard era. Nobody takes accountability.
Sounds like
They're
Jerry,
both, my opinion.
Jerry Jones.
The new Ursays don't play that. I think they're both getting fired by the end of the year.
Cool.
Steichen gone, Ballard gone. I'm ready. Erase the now. Here's my plan, Tim. I'm not the GM, but if I was in Madden, I'm trading Anthony Richardson. I'm tanking next year with the new GM, new head coach. Hopefully, it's Theo Riddick as the GM, and I'm getting Arch in 27. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Colts.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the fan base probably wants that, i.e. you. But I think the Colts have some pretty good pieces right now.
I know that's what
And
sucks.
you
They're just
can't
not,
be
yeah,
tanking for a rookie quarterback.
but you can't take for an inning.
Listen, there have been the anomalies, right?
I know.
The
I know.
anomalies are uh
Or
when
you just hope you're bad enough to go get one of the good quarterbacks this year, a Nussmeier or a Cade Klubnik.
you get, I mean, listen, the anomaly, I'm trying to think of just the anomaly. Oh, your boy, Neckbeard. What's his name? Why I can't think of his name right now.
Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck. That's an anomaly. The
Oh, yeah, he's a generational talent. Yeah,
he's the
yeah,
highest rated quarterback like ever.
yeah.
Professional.
He's a generational talent.
Yeah.
You know who's not a generational talent? Trevor Lawrence.
All right. All right. All right. We're going down a different tangent. You gotta stop. But listen, in all fairness, I just with the pieces that they have right now, an AD Mitchell, a Jonathan
So
Taylor,
good.
like the
So
pieces
good.
that y'all have online, your linebacking core, y'all don't
Offense
really,
is set, man.
y'all
It's
really,
set.
y'all really don't have the. What am I trying to say?
We're
Y'all,
not bad enough to tank.
that's it. You don't, and you don't want to. You
Yeah.
don't want that to get to your players.
Yeah.
You don't want that because then they're not gonna play for real.
That's the problem with the
And then,
Colts. We're
and
not good
then
enough to win, right, at a high level, but we're not bad enough to be like 2 wins.
right.
That's
And
the
then
problem.
you got your situation where like you come in, let's okay, so they get rid of the GM, they get rid of now you got Art, let's say Arch is sitting there. Arch is there. Are you gonna really try to hold on to Jonathan Taylor and be like, listen, I know you've been here since you got drafted and you're going into year 8, but we really want you to stay.
For
Um,
Arch next year.
yeah, and we need you to stay
Go sit on the bench.
be a focal point and a leader, and we need you to show Arch how to be a leader. Jonathan Taylor ain't going for that. If there's an opportunity, and we've seen it, the Giants,
Yeah.
we've seen it, the Steelers, Miami, we've seen it. These guys are leaving. You think
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey didn't want to stay at home? Yeah, he wanted to stay at home. He was playing in Florida. He hightailed it to Pittsburgh.
Wait, who?
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah, Jalen. Yeah.
He
Jalen.
hightailed it to Pittsburgh. Not
Yeah.
because he didn't want to be home. They're not really trying to win anything. And you can tell by the
I
moves.
mean,
You can,
Pittsburgh's not trying to win anything either, though.
you can I think Pittsburgh has a better opportunity with winning. I don't think they should have got rid of George Pickens. I thought that was stupid. but obviously he was disgruntled and he didn't want to be there.
Right.
Again, a situation with your players. You cannot go down that route.
Yeah.
It's too far ahead to be trying to tank for a guy that may or may not be there.
That may work out. No, that's fair. And again, there's no guarantee that he's going to be there. He's not going to be there in 26, right?
Oh yeah, we know that. We know that.
And even if he's there in 27, what if Arch gets hurt next year? Is he still going to be the number one pick? Well, you don't know that. And again, even with this quarterback class, as stacked it is as it is, Cade Klubnik could come in and poop it up again. Because more oftentimes than not, that's what he's done. But anyway, we'll get into that next week. I know we're over. We got to get out of here. You can find me at the Uncle Gandhi, at ALH FanBat on Twitter, at Longhorn FanBat on TikTok. We're almost at 3,000 followers on Twitter. I think we're like 60 followers away, so follow us there. Almost at 100 on
YouTube. We're at 78. Dog. Help us out.
22. Like, comment, subscribe. 8 days to Texas football. My name's Harish. This is my guy Tim Wayne. We out of here. Peace.